Welcome back to A Better Choice Homestead. My name is Kelly, and on my channel I focus on food, growing it, preparing it, and preserving it. Now, on Fridays I post a freeze-dry video, and today is one of those videos. But today, this is not anything that I have made or grown or anything. This is just cake. So I had to go out of town last week, and I had somebody come and stay at the house, and I had bought some treats to eat while they were here. They didn't finish them. They didn't even eat them. So I have some chocolate cake that I have already cut up over here, and then I have some red velvet cake that I'm going to cut up and put on these other two freeze dryer trays. When you freeze dry cake, it comes out so wonderful. The flavors are intensified. It's crunchy like a cookie. It's almost like a biscotti. They are divine. And I don't have to worry about throwing money away because they didn't get eaten and they're gonna get stale. So we're gonna go ahead and get this cut up and put onto some freeze dryer trays and pop it into the freezer overnight. And then tomorrow I'll put them into the freeze dryer. So let's get these on trays. There is probably 3/4 of a cake here, and I think that will fit on 2 trays. This is a triple stack cake, as you can see. So I'm gonna cut it down at the frosting layer and then just cut it into bite-sized pieces. This is a red velvet cake, which I've not had before. I did try a little piece and it's really good. I've not freeze dried red velvet cake, so we'll see how that turns out. I have done chocolate cake, and again, it comes out amazing. And it allows you to have just a couple little pieces as a treat, just to satisfy maybe a sweet tooth without investing in a huge piece of cake. This is a little bit messy, but I promise you it is worth the effort. I don't want to slice them too thick because the pieces do not need to be big. These are just little tiny treat bites. I am using the silicone nonstick pads here because I think that since these are sticky, they might want to stick to the metal trays. Voila, we have about 1 cake for every 2 trays. So I'm gonna get these popped into the freezer, and tomorrow we'll get them into the freeze dryer. It's the next morning and the freeze dryer is ready for the cake bites. It's been cooling down for 15 minutes. I am going to get the frozen. I mean, it doesn't feel fully frozen, but it's been in the freezer. So the frozen cake bites in. That was the chocolate trays with 1 little bite of the red velvet, and then 2 trays of red velvet. Close the machine, close the drain valve, and push continue. I am going to guess 27 to 30 hours on these. So see you back tomorrow. 22 and a half hours later, and we have freeze-dried cake bites. I've already vented this, so I'm gonna go ahead and test these out. Oh yeah, those are completely dry and hard, just like I said, like biscotti. So let me get this, no defrost. There's really no ice buildup at all on the inside of this drum, so I don't have to defrost it. But let's get these into the kitchen and get them packaged up. I'm going to be putting as much as I can fit into a 1 gallon glass jar. So maybe 1 tray of the red velvet and 1 tray of the chocolate. And the rest I'll put into Mylar bags, and those will be for sometime in the future. Or maybe all of these will fit. Maybe they will. We're not even halfway there yet, so maybe these will all fit into the jar. Nope, they're not all going to fit. So I'm going to stop there. So we have almost a full gallon of delicious cake bites. And then I'll stick the rest into Mylar. So I have the original medium size Harvest Right freeze dryer, and these trays just slide into these 1 gallon Mylar bags, which makes it really easy. You just shake the food off and into the bag. I'll try it with this one, but we're about at least a third of the way full, so I'm not going to be able to get the tray all the way in there, but we'll see what we can do. Full up to here. Perfect. All right, I'm going to get a 300cc oxygen absorber into the 1 gallon bag. That's the appropriate size for that bag. I'm going to zipper it almost all the way closed and then compress some of the air out. The oxygen absorber will take care of the rest. All right, we're gonna get this heat sealed. It's got, these bags have tear notches near the top. I wanna seal it above that so that I can, when I use the tear notches to open it up, it'll take off that heat seal as well. But that's well above the zipper seal so that if I do open the bag and don't use all of the contents, I can still re-zipper it and there will still be space to reheat seal it as well. So I just need to make sure that my tear notches are towards me and not on the heat plate when I do this. And this is pretty quick. The red light will go on while it's sealing and then it'll go off as soon as it's done. There we go. And now we have a nice heat seal on top of that bag. I'm just gonna write on here cake bites and then the date. This is May 14th, 2024. Today is my birthday actually. So I guess I will give these a taste. We'll have a little birthday treat for breakfast. And try one that doesn't have a ton of frosting on it and a little piece of the red velvet as well. So I have had these before, and as I mentioned, they are very intensified in flavor, and then they have the crunch and the consistency of biscotti. Mm. Mm. That is so good. And you really don't need a lot. Like I said, the flavor is so intense in here. All right, let's try the red velvet. I haven't done red velvet before. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's good. It has almost a cherry flavor to it. It's good, really good. So if you like a crunchy snack, these are perfect and a little bit sweet. The red velvet was a little bit sweet. The chocolate is pretty sweet, especially with the frosting. But this is a great way to just extend the life of your pastries, your cakes. I know here in this house, we don't eat a lot of sweets. So when I do end up making or buying a cake or even a pie, I'll usually end up freeze drying most of it. But then you can cut it up into bite-sized pieces, and then you're not throwing it away because it goes stale or bad. And when you go to consume it, you can have just a piece or two, and that's perfectly satisfying. Thank you so much for joining me here in my kitchen. You're at A Better Choice Homestead. My name is Kelly, and I do hope you come back and visit again soon.